Hello and welcome to the Gothic Unicorn. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make these miniature crates that I've turned into a handy storage unit for one of my projects, but that could be used in any miniature scene. So let's get on with it. Now today I'm working with these, which are wooden coffee stir sticks. Now you can sometimes get craft sticks that are this thin. I know that certainly in the States you can get skinny sticks, but over here I found that it's very difficult to get craft sticks that are this narrow. They're mostly what we call lollipop sticks, popsicle stick size. So these are some that I picked up quite some time ago, and they're really great because they're only about 5mm in width. So they are great for making the crates. I have some more which are closer to 7, and to be fair, they're great for most things, but for the crates not so much, because they make them a bit bulkier than I'd like. So skinny sticks are the way forward. Obviously there is a lot of cutting involved. There's lots of pieces to these crates. So I use what are actually a pair of garden cutters. These are the sorts of Andel garden cutters that you'd use for pruning plants. That is because they were about the strongest thing I could find. Now you can cut them with a craft knife, but it is a bit fiddly because they are quite thick. And obviously if you've got a mitre cutter, an easy cutter as they're sometimes referred to, you can also use that, but I'm using what I've got. So if you do catch a glimpse of them, you know, that's what it is. They look a bit industrial because, to be fair, they are. Now, the construction of the crate is fairly simple in that you've got a bottom, 2 ends, and then you put the side pieces across. But it does actually involve a lot of individual pieces of wood, whether that be craft sticks or if you're using some other kind of wood that you've cut down. So you need 11 pieces that are, in my case, 1.5 inches, then 10 pieces that are, in this case, 1 inch, and then 4 pieces. Now these 4 pieces are approximately 3/4 of an inch. I actually measured the first one by putting one onto the crate and marking where it was the right length, and then cutting all the others from that. But it does actually work out to be about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm awfully sorry if I skip between inches and millimetres. I am of an age where in the UK we were taught metric at school and imperial at home, and I very much jump between one and the other depending upon which is the most accurate for whatever I'm doing. Now I've laid the pieces out here on my non-stick mat according to how they go together. So let me just slide this up a little bit. I've got the bottom, I've got the 2 ends, and then I've got the slats that go onto the sides. Now those are the last piece, so they can go out of the way because I don't need to actually stick them to anything else. Now these need to be stuck together. So it is basically a case of sticking the pieces together and then sticking the piece on top and trimming if necessary, because they do seem to be a little bit on the big side, but we will persevere and we will trim as necessary as I go. So I'm going to start gluing. Now I'm just going to apply the glue with my cocktail stick and just along the edge, as so, quite a bit, because I do want it to tape together, and I'll put it on the mat and then just push the pieces together. Now I'm not too worried about them being a little bit uneven because these are supposed to be quite rustic crates, so that kind of works. Now I'm using my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue again. You can use wood glue, you can use whatever glue you like as long as you know it sticks, craft sticks. You know, use your favourite sticking medium. I wouldn't recommend hot glue because it is a bit on the big side, but some people would use that. You know, they don't mind the bulk that it gives, and fair enough. I don't like it because I do tend to find that it comes apart a bit too easily. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep doing this, sticking these pieces together and just moving it around my mat a little bit so that it doesn't stick too badly to the mat. It won't stick that bad really because it is non-stick, but you do need to be aware of that if you're not using a non-stick surface. So put those together, wipe off the worst of the glue, and then get the bit that's got to go across. Now I did think, yeah, that is a little bit on the long side, so I'm going to cut it down. I'm just going to nip a little bit off the end, and I'm going to repeat with the other one because I think that's, yeah, that's the same, like that. And then, yeah, that fits a bit better. Let's stick this plenty of glue on that one and stick it on somewhere like that. And then I need to repeat that with the other one at the bottom. Now once the base part, bottom of the crate is done, I will repeat with these in the same way to make my ends. The base and end pieces for the crate have all been glued now, and I've let them dry. I've also given the raw edges, the edges that I cut, a bit of a sand just to smooth them down a bit so they don't catch on anything. And now I'm going to start sticking the actual crate together. So I'm going to take one of the end pieces and I'm going to apply glue to one of the edges, and then I'm going to attach it onto the base of the crate. Now I want it to be, yeah, that's a bit right. And then I actually have to hold this in place until the glue takes. It shouldn't be too long because this glue is quite good, but it's like a lot of things with miniatures. There's so much drying time involved that it's really monotonous. Once I'm happy that the first side is dry enough that it's not going to go anywhere, I'm going to repeat the process with the other side, end, whatever you want to call it. I refer to them as ends, but I suppose it's all relative. And put another good glob of glue along this edge here, and then put that into place like that. Now you could, well, I was actually going to stick straight away. I obviously got some nicely tacky glue. You could build a little jig to hold things in place, but I haven't bothered today. I probably should have done, but hey ho. So I've got the 3 parts of my crate stuck together now, and all that remains is to attach the slats on either side. Now I'm not going to be particularly accurate in where I put these. As I've said, this is not supposed to be something perfect. You can be more perfect if you want. You know, if you want absolutely perfectly symmetrical crates, go right ahead. But this, for me, sort of rustic is the way I'm going. So I put one on at the top. I do make sure that that one lines up with the edges. I then put the other one at the bottom, and then I just plonk the third one in the middle. Sometimes you can put that a little bit skew if you really want, but I put it more or less as it is, and then repeat on the other side. It's as simple as that. These are really quite straightforward, and they make great little miniature pieces. Pop the glue on and then start sticking these bits on, just like so. And I think I'll leave that one a bit like that. Looks a bit lopsided from this angle. It might be, it might not be. But as I said, I'm not looking for perfection. So here we've got a finished crate. Now obviously you could use a finished crate as a crate and you could put things in it, and there we go. Video finished. But that's not what I'm doing today. Today I'm going to be making some crate furniture. So I need some more crates. Well, 7 of them in fact. That's how many I've decided I need. But however many you make is totally up to you. Now, I've been playing with them and I've been looking at them and looking at different ways that you could fit them together to make furniture, and you could put them together and do a sort of a unit like that, you know, stack it like that. You could use them as shelves individually or in combination. I know people have done that in real life, and I think I'm going to go for a sort of setup that looks a bit like this. It's very, very roughly arranged. I've got to sort them all out properly, but it's going to look something like that to make a kind of storage unit out of crates. And that's what I'm going to start doing now, by deciding which one goes where and then gluing them together. And here we have my finished storage unit made out of miniature crates. Now, as I've said, the crates can be used as crates. They can be used in lots of different ways, in lots of different scenes. I just wanted to use it as a storage unit because it's something that has been done a lot just lately. And I figured it would be something a bit different to put into my project. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, bye!